y equals 0.8x. Who can tell me this? Y equals 0.8x. Here we have, or we use 10, we need 10 hours to, yes, page 103, 104. I think this 104, this 104, this example 104. To know the values of y that are not existed here. Here we have, it is 8, 12, but if I told you if we have 10 hours, what will be the value of x? You have to, or if we have 10 or 12 or 11, 12, the value of x is 12. What is the value of y? If I told you what is the value of y if x equals 12, what you will tell me? You can substitute in the equation and then you can find the answer. Then we can use this equation to know the values of y or the values of x that not existed here, not existed here. Okay, let's try to, who can read the tried question here? Who can read the tried question here, please? Yes. Anyone, please? Raise your hand. Raed, Saleh, Nasser.
What teacher? I read.
Could you please read this for us, please? Try
Yes.
question.
Yes. Try it. Maria made 2 batches of fruit punch. The table at the right shows how many quarts of juice she used for each batch. Write an equation that relates the proportional quantities.
Proportional quantities. Okay. Here, if we have the apple juice and grape juice, here we have 8, 5, 10, 16. Grape juice, here it says that grape juice divided by apple juice. Then what you have to do? Tell me. You have to divide. Divide which number by which number? What do you think? Y divided by, here it is written.
5 by,
No, it's y divided by x. Y divided by x. What is the value of y?
8.
Excellent. And what is the value of x?
5.
Okay, so y divided by x, it's 8 divided by
5.
8 divided by 5. Okay?
Yes.
And what will be the answer? 8 divided by 5. We can use long division. 8 divided by 5. Is it 1?
No.
8. It's 1. And times 5 gives you 5. You can subtract. 8 minus 5 gives you 8 minus 5 gives you 3. You can put a decimal, then add a 0. 30 divided by 5, 6. 6 times 5 gives you 30. You can subtract 0. So here it is equal to 1.6. Okay? 1.6. Yes. What about the next here? It's 16 divided by
10.
10. Excellent. and 16 divided by 10 will give you 1.6. So what will be the constant of proportionality? The constant of proportionality. Here we have
It's 1.6.
excellent. It's 1.6. It's 1.6. So we can write an equation that represents this proportional relationship is y equals, if you remember, the general form of this formula is y equals k times x, and we found that k is equal to 1.6. So here what you have to put
1.6.
1.6. Excellent. So the value of k here is 1.6. So you put it here 1.6. Now you can use this equation. You can use this equation. If I told you the apple juice or the value of apple juice is 4, could you please find the grape juice, the value of grape juice? Here x equals to 4. X equals to 4. To find the value of y, just you substitute. You know that y equals 1.6 x, and I told you if x is equal to 4, you can find the value of y. Y will equal to 1.6 times the value of x, and the value of x given 4. So here 1.6 times 4, you can multiply it or you can use a calculator. 1.6 times 4 gives you 6.4. Then you can use the equation to find the value of y for any value of x, or the value of x for any value of y. You understand it? Do you understand it? Or
Uh,
you need from me to give you another example
yeah, yes, teacher. I need another example for uh,
for this
when
x equal.
yes,
Okay, if I told you y equals 2x, y equals 2x. If I told you let x equals 3, what will be the value of y? What will be the value of y? Here y equals 2x. Just substitute y equals 2 times, what's the value of x given?
8.
3. 3.
Oh,
So what will be the value of y? 2 times 3, 6. So
6,
here,
6.
when x equals 3, the value of y will equals to 6. Just substitute.
Teacher,
Yeah,
teacher, we always multiply it by 2.
not 2. If I told you y equals, if you found that, y equals 3x, 3x. And if I told you the value of x is equal to 6, what would be the value of y?
18.
Excellent. Just substitute. Y equals, just substitute the value of x. 3 times 6, which is equal to 18. So when x equals to 6, y equals 18. Just you substitute the value of given, either x or y. Okay, you understand it? What if I told you, it's very important, you have a very important note. What if I told you y equals 5x. And I told you that y equals 25. What is the value of x? What is the value of x? Here you substitute the value of y. The value of y is 25. So you put 25 equals 5x because x is unknown. We know the value of y. So to find the value of x, just to isolate it, you divide it by 5 to make the coefficient equals to 1. You divide it by 5, so 5, and so x equals to x equals to 5. You can write it like this, or you can write it like this: x equals to 5. This is the way how you can find the value of the variable. Okay, then the equation that represent the proportion or the proportional relationship is y equals kx. We can find the if I give you the value of x, you can give me the value of y, or if I give you the value of y, you can give me the value of x. If you have any question about this subject, please tell me. It's very important to know how to find the value of x or the value of y that's given to you. Okay, it's very important. Okay, so let's go to the next example here. Who can read it for us, please? The next example.
Me, teacher. If anybody want to,
Okay, please. Thank you.
yes. Example. It's example 2, right?
Yes.
Example 2. 1 inch equal 2.54 centimeters. How many centimeters long is an 18-inch ruler?
Mhm. One
Uh,
inch 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters. How many centimeters long is an 18-inch ruler? Okay. Here, write an equation that represents this situation. Again, as I told you, the equation that represents the proportional relationship is given by y equals kx. Kx. What's the value of k? Here it's 2.54. Then y will equal to 2.54. This is the value of k, and here the value of x. So it is requested from you to find the value of y, how many centimeters long is an 18-inch ruler. So you have to substitute in the equation y equals 2.54 times, yeah, it's given that x is equal to
teacher.
18. Yes, yeah, you have a question? 2 times 18, so y equals 45.72. You have any question? Please, if you have any question, please raise your hand. Ra'id, any one of you? Abdullah Al-Amri, Abdul Majid.
No, teacher. I didn't have any question.
You understand it?
Yes.
Okay, just you substitute the value of x, then find the value of y. So here use an equation to find the length of the ruler in centimeters. Here y equals 2.54x. 2.54 is the k, or the constant of proportionality, or constant multiple, and you substitute the value. So y will equals to 45.72. The ruler is 45.72 centimeters long. Okay, and who can read the right question here?
Me.
Yes, please.
Try it. A florist sells a dozen roses for 35.40. She sells individual roses for the same unit cost. Write an equation to represent the relationship between the number of roses, x, and the total cost of the roses, y. How much would 18 roses cost?
What do you think? What we have to do?
It's divide.
Okay, here we have a florist sells a dozen roses for 35.40. So first you write the equation y equals kx. Y equals kx. What would be the value of k? Yeah, the value of k. Here we have a dozen roses for 35. So k will equals to 35.4 divided by, what do you think, divided by 12. Okay, so 35.4 divided by 12 gives you 2.95. So k will equal to 2.95. So here substitute the value of k. Y will equals to 2.95, which is the constant multiple, or constant of proportionality. So it is requested from you how much would 18 roses cost. So you have to substitute x equals, yeah, x equals 18, x equals 18.
Divide.
So it's y equals 2.95 times 18 times 18. It will give you 2.95. 2.95 times gives you 53.1. 53.1 or point 10, because here we need it in dollar. Okay, so it's 53.10 dollars. Okay, do you have any question about it? It's very important to know how to find the constant multiple or constant of proportionality. Then you can substitute it in the equation that represents the relationship between the two quantities x and y. Then you can use the equation to find the value of the unknown variable. Okay,
Teacher,
yeah,
what should we do to how you get 53?
multiply 2.95 times 18.
Yeah, yeah.
Multiply, you will get 53.10. Okay,
Yes.
it's easy. And here we have another question. Determine whether y equal kx. Describe the situation. Who can read it for us? Can you represent the total cost y for admission and X
I,
right.
t-
And yeah,
I can read it.
yes, please.
Determine whether y equal kx describes a situation. Can you represent the total cost y for admission and x rides at the amusement park using an equation in the form y equal kx? Explain.
Mhm. Here, can you represent the total cost y for admission and X rides at the amusement park using an equation in the form y equals kx? Explain. Here, first, we make a table that shows the total cost. The total cost for one ride, it's 20 plus 5, 25, 20 for admission and base ride $5. So the total cost will be 25 for 2 rides, 20 for admission, and 10 another 10 for rides. The total cost will be $30. Okay, and for 3 rides it will be 15. The total cost will be 15, as you can see here, 15 plus 20 admission. The total cost will be $35. So step 2, here we make the table. Step 2, compare the ratios to determine whether the relationship is proportional. As you can see here, we have 25 over 1 gives you 25, 30 divided by 2 gives you 15, and 35 divided by 3 gives you 11.67. And as you can see here, this relationship is not proportional here. The ratios are not equivalent, so we cannot, or it cannot be represented by with an equation of the form y equals kx. So first you have to check if the relation between the two quantities proportional or no. If it's proportional, you can use y equals kx. If it is not, then you cannot represent the relationship between x and y by y equals kx. Okay, you understand it? So first you have to check if we have a proportional relationship between the two quantities. Then you can decide whether use we can use the whether we can represent the relationship with an equation of the form y equals kx. Okay. Okay, our
Okay.
period is finished now. Thank you for all of you.
Thank you, teacher.
You are welcome. This video lecture will be uploaded to your Coursera account. You can see it again if you want. And please, if you have any question, please tell me.
Thank you, teacher.
Please don't forget to that we have a remedial class on Saturday from 10 to 11:30. Okay, for the final
Okay.
exam revision. Okay, thank you for all of you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.